What if I told you that Wall Street is fundamentally misunderstanding the strategy that GameStop is employing in order to return massive amounts of capital and positive stock price appreciation to the current shareholders? Welcome back, everybody. We got to talk about the price action that went on with GameStop today, which is down 5% on the day and 12% in the aftermarket. As a long-term GameStop investor, somebody who has approximately $30,000 invested in this company, I've been through many up and downs with this stock, but my long-term thesis has held, and it will pay off in the future. Remember, investing is not about short-term price fluctuations. Investing is about long-term total returns, and GameStop is a screaming opportunity. It is the biggest opportunity that the retail investor has to extract the money that was stolen from them by the Wall Street bankers and scumbags that are trying to short this stock into oblivion. So, like I said, the stock is down pretty significantly today. And, it could be Blackpool shorting the stock. It could be hedge fund manipulation. But there's actually a more tangible reason that the stock is sold off today. If we go look at the most recent investor filings for GameStop, let me go ahead and pull it up here. GameStop announces proposed private offering of $1.75 billion of convertible senior notes. So GameStop is trying to raise an additional $1.75 billion of capital. Now, the funny thing is, Wall Street is panicking because they see this as share dilution. They can't really see the big picture of how they could potentially employ this capital in order to realize massive returns for shareholders. They only see stocks in the short term. They only have 1-year price targets. I'm not that kind of investor, and that's the reason that I was able to accumulate an excess of $1 million of net worth on my current portfolio when you apply a fair value multiplier that was given to me by a CPA firm on my current stock portfolio of 1.4 to 2.0. Yes, I am a millionaire, and I was able to achieve that net worth by excising and finding unique and awesome, dare I say, mind-boggling opportunities in the market. It just takes patience. GameStop's plan is to raise a ton of capital. Now, the cool thing about these notes is that they're currently 0%. GameStop is borrowing money, almost $2 billion at 0% interest. Now, they say that they're going to use this money for general corporate purposes, including making investments in a manner consistent with GameStop's investment policy and potential acquisitions. They're not going to use this money for general corporate purposes. They don't need this cash for general corporate purposes. They have a rational and well thought out plan that is going to return extraordinary dividends to shareholders. I am scooping up more shares of GameStop on the market open tomorrow because I'm so excited about what they're doing right now. Could you imagine borrowing $2 billion with 0% interest? You're going to sell the stock of a company that can do that? That's very interesting. Now, let's look at GameStop's financial statements. We're going to cover this very quickly. As of May 3rd, 2025, they have $6.3 billion of cash. $6.3 billion of cash. If you add in the money that they're going to raise now, that's going to bring the cash balance on their balance sheet to over $8 billion. Now, if we go look at the market capitalization, they're going to have $8 billion of cash on a $12.75 billion market cap. And I don't think this crash in the aftermarket reflects that. So you're basically buying a ton of cash for almost the price of the cash. This is an extraordinary deal, but that's not the best part. The best part is that they will use that $8 billion war chest to buy Bitcoin. I've said this many times on my channel. Bitcoin is the best performing asset that you could possibly invest in. Now, I have it as a smaller portion of my portfolio, roughly $100,000. I almost have a full Bitcoin. But it is by far the best performing asset in human history. It is up 23,000% 23,000% for all time. You cannot beat Bitcoin. GameStop is going to take the money that they have raised at 0% interest. Let me emphasize 0% interest. They're going to take that money on a market cap of $12 billion, of which $8 billion is cash. They're going to buy Bitcoin, a significant amount. And what you're going to see, and you got to ignore the volatility of Bitcoin. If you focus on volatility, you will never succeed as a Bitcoin investor. Bitcoin goes up and down massively, but in the long run, it has consistently outperformed every asset. Please go compare the returns of Bitcoin to the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, any investment, and their performance pales in comparison. GameStop is making a strategic decision to take that huge amount of capital, invest that in Bitcoin, and achieve astronomical returns like the company MicroStrategy. You ever heard of Michael Saylor? He's a pioneer of Bitcoin. His stock is the best performing company in the S&P 500. You thought Nvidia was crushing it? MicroStrategy has blown it out of the water. In the past year, if you had bought one share of MicroStrategy, you'd be up 148%. And this is in a slight bull market with Bitcoin, when Bitcoin is only trading at $108,000. What if Bitcoin goes to $1 million, which is actually really feasible when you compare the market cap of Bitcoin, about $2 trillion, to the market cap of gold, which is about 20-something trillion. Bitcoin can easily 10x, and it would have the market capitalization that gold has now. So you mean to tell me that Bitcoin is not going to perform well, right? It's going to be garbage. And you mean to tell me this company, which has already started buying Bitcoin, they've already started buying Bitcoin. They bought about 4,000 Bitcoins a couple months ago. They have an $8 billion war chest once they raise this capital, and they're going to employ that war chest into the best performing asset. And for some reason, Wall Street thinks that they should sell off the stock. Make it make sense, people. Okay? I am extremely bullish. I might increase my allocation of GameStop. I'm really thinking about putting about 10 more K into this. Now, remember, I'm just a retail investor. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. You should not follow this advice. You should do your own DD. You should consult a licensed financial advisor. And this may not match your risk tolerance. If you're about to retire, you might not want to take such speculative gambles with your portfolio. You might want to consider a diversified market ETF and a bond portfolio. But if you want to take a little bit of risk, you can consider investing in GameStop as long as you have the fortitude to ignore the fluctuations and drama that Mr. Market is going to foist on you. Because if you buy this company and you hold it, I believe personally, and I could be wrong here, that this company is going to skyrocket like you've never seen before. So anyway, let me know what you think. Do you agree with my thesis? Do you think GameStop's going to use that money to buy Bitcoin? And are you worried that GameStop can borrow $1.75 billion on top of their $6 billion at 0% interest to buy, probably, in my opinion, the best performing asset in history? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Consider joining the membership as well. For $4.99 a month, you get exclusive member videos. You get priority responses to comments and priority responses to comments on live streams. Join the channel, subscribe, like, welcome to my journey, and have a wonderful evening.